Hi, today we're going to be doing a quick body weight workout with some stretching. I want to remind you that you should check with your doctor before starting this or any other exercise program. It's also really important to make sure that you're hydrated and that you listen to your body. I'm going to be going through 3 rounds of 10 reps of squats, push-ups, tricep dips, good mornings, and calf raises. So this is a body weight workout, but you will need a sturdy chair or a bench or a nice sturdy coffee table, not a glass one, something that will be sturdy in order to perform this workout. So we're gonna get started, and we're going to take our feet outside of hip width, find the base of your big toe, the base of it, like right where it connects to your foot, your pinky toe and your heel, and suction cup your instep. You're gonna pull your abs in, and we're just gonna set your hips back for a nice deep squat. And let's do that again. And as you set your hips back, your goal is to get your upper thigh parallel to the ground. As you come up, squeeze through your glutes. Pulling the abs in, inhale down, exhale up. Are you breathing? Let's do 4 more. Of course, you can do this with some weights if you like, but for the body weight workout today, we're using no weights. There's 10 of those. Then we're gonna go into our good mornings. And for the good morning, we're gonna have you clasp your hands behind your back, keep your hips, your feet a little bit closer stance. And I want you to keep your knees soft but fixed, and go ahead and bring yourself forward and then come back up, keeping your back nice and straight. Inhale down and exhale up. Nice little stretch on the hamstrings, keeping the back nice and straight. Let's do 4 more. Squeeze your glutes to come back up. Last one. Excellent. And then we'll go into our calf raises. So we're going to take our toes just slightly pointed out and come on your toes. And just feel a nice little stretch here. Pulling the abs in the entire time. Breathing. Last one. And then we're going to go into push-ups. So for our push-ups, if you need to, you can elevate on a bench. If you want to hit the front part of your shoulder, you can turn your hands around on the bench that we're going to be doing our dips on. So you can do them like this with your elbows tucked in nice and tight. You can do them on the wall if you need assistance, or you can do them on the floor. So on the floor, of course, you can go to your knees. You want to make sure you're squeezing through your glutes. So you can get back up. Keeping the core nice and strong. You can start on your knees, or you can take it up to your toes. 10 reps. Set it back for a nice little child pose stretch here. Take a nice deep breath, inhale. Coming up, go ahead and take it in downward facing dog, hands on the thighs to bring it up. And then go into triceps. For our triceps, you're gonna have a seat on your bench, and I'm gonna show you a couple of different ways to do it. You can make it easier, you can make it harder. Really do want to listen to your body, make sure that if you have any shoulder issues, you might want to skip this one. So the first level is to make sure your hands are facing towards the back wall behind you. And you can walk out and keep your knees bent. You can come down and come back up. Okay, lower your hips and then come back up. You want to make sure you're not sinking down with your neck. You want to keep some space between your ears and shoulders. Okay, to make it a little bit harder, you can walk your feet out a little bit more and just feel through. Or you can go pull out 10 reps. Breathing. And bring it back. Collar can take a moment. Do a little hip stretch. We'll be doing more calisthenics at the end, but just, it's important to be able to hold your home stretch if your hips tend to get tight. It's great for that, as well as it's important to have some mobility in your inner thigh muscles so that your legs can open up. So you can put your socks on in the morning. right? Activities of daily living are very important as well. Take a moment for that stretch. All right, so if that's enough for you today, go ahead and pause and maybe do a second round tomorrow or the next day. But if you'd like, you can join me and I'll go into round 2. Let's go into our squats. Nice deep squats. Finding the base of the big toe, pinky toe and heel. Suction cup the instep. Pelvic floor is engaged. Abs are pulled in. Come up and squeeze through your glutes. Try to get low. It's important to open the hips. And I'm a terrible counter when I'm talking. I think that was 10. I'll do one more for good measure. And into the good mornings. Hands behind the head. Knees are soft but fixed. Big stretch in the hamstrings. Inhale on the down, exhale on the up. Good. 2 more of these when you're at 10. And then going into our calf raises. Up on the toes, just stretching through your toes. I like doing these exercises barefoot because it is important to get your feet stretched out, right? And if we have shoes on, then we can't get the toes stretched out quite as much. Nice little stretch on the toes. And if you have anything that you can elevate on, that would be fantastic. All right, next up, we've got our push-ups, and then we've got our tricep dips. So push-ups any way you like. The variation elevated is fantastic. I think that it's well worth trying because it does hit that anterior delt beautifully. I'm just gonna stick with regular ones today. What works for you? And set it back for a quick stretch. And I also want to take a moment to point out that a push-up is a moving plank. So if you find a regular plank difficult, take it down and just do the plank and count to 10. I typically don't have my clients perform any kind of a push-up until they are able to hold a plank for 30 to 60 seconds, okay? So it's not a big deal if you're not good at push-ups. Get good at the plank first. And that could be even just doing an elevated plank like this and focusing on squeezing all of your muscles that way, creating that body awareness. And to our dips. Could go knees bent, or you can go long leg. Inhale down and exhale up. And let's take that stretch again. Stretching through the hips. Some nice deep breaths. Maybe a big inhale here, sit up. Tuck your chin and exhale, round down. Good. Let's try the other side. Inhale and exhale. All right. Now, like I said, maybe this is where you stop, or if you're feeling good and you feel like you can do 3 rounds, let's do it. Take the toes nice and wide again. Big toe, pinky toe, heel, suction cup your instep. It's important to have a good foot foundation. Abs in nice and strong. Squat. Squeeze through the glutes. Inhale and exhale. Ten squats, 10 good mornings. Big toe, pinky toe, heel. Knees are soft. Belly button is into the spine. And into our toe raises. Stretching out through the toes. And push-ups. into our piriformis stretch. Taking a nice deep breath, sit up tall, inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin. And holding that stretch, breathing deeply. And switching sides. Sit up tall, exhale, drop down. All right. And a couple of other really great stretches for you. I highly recommend that you do some hamstring stretches and some hip stretches. So I'm going to bring the camera a little bit closer. Let me get down here. So we can do these on the floor. So the first one that I really like from the floor is just an inside stretch where we drop both knees to one side and then bring it up and over and drop it to the other. And ideally, our inner thighs open up, our hips internally rotate correctly, or I shouldn't say correctly. They rotate to where you can touch the ground. And the way to bring this one up a notch, just to make it a little more challenging, is to try to sit up tall and start with your knees rotated and then switch sides. And it's okay if you can't do that, if you need your hands on the ground. This could be something to work your way up to. And then from there, turning the core on and rotating. From there, let's try both feet straight ahead and just leaning forward. Now, if your hamstrings are really tight or this hurts you, you could lean back and then try to give your body some support. You could also use a wall if you have a wall behind you or a couch that you can put your back against. And our goal is just to start stretching these areas out. You can also try flexing your ankles and flexing your quads to pull, to increase the stretch. Keeping your back straight, you can lean forward some more. And now I'm going to take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale and drop your chin down. Now we're rounding through the back. Before we did not round through the low back. Now we're rounding through the low back. And slowly rolling it up, giving ourselves a little spinal twist. So I've crossed your right foot over your left knee. Use your left hand to hug your right knee into your body more. So I'm really giving it a good tug and then using my right hand behind you to rotate. Take a deep breath. And switching sides. 3 to 6 breaths here. And then we're going to bring it over to all fours and toes together, knees apart. Reach the arms overhead for child's pose. Your ears are between your biceps. Bringing it up for thread the needle. So we're going to thread one arm underneath and reach overhead. So I've got my left arm underneath my right arm, palms up, left hand overhead, and I'm dropping down, feeling a stretch on the back of my right shoulder. Right, let's switch sides. Slowly bringing it up. Our last thing is a chest stretch. So clasping your hands behind our back, opening up the chest. You can lean forward and raise those arms up. Tuck the chin and raise higher if you can. All right. And that, my friends, is a quick body weight workout with some stretching included. Now, remember to go out there and be the light. You never know what other people are going through. And grace is always a welcomed thing. Have a good day.